What's up, guys, and welcome back to this week's episode of GG Gaming. I'm your host for the evening and player 1, Alpha Stoutland, and today I'm joined by my good friends, my player 2, Apocalypso.
Yo.
And my player 3, Knit Ice 2000.
Hi.
And so this evening we're going to be recording without Drew. He is actually taking care of some personal business with his father at his house. Nothing serious, just home repairs and stuff. So he is actually absent tonight. Brandon Papagenos, I'm sure, is also tied up. So that explains the lower amount of people. But we're still going to have a good time talking about games and such and what we've been up to. And with that, what have you guys been up to lately? Apocalypso, Dan, we'll start with you. What have you been up to, man?
Kind of putting me on the spot here. I was not prepared, but I've been playing Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. And I left Smash in another state for the weekend, so I cannot play it right now.
Okay.
It will be returned to me soon. I don't know when it's going to be returned to me, hopefully soon, but I cannot play it right now. But for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, I've been playing it. Basically, what I've been doing is I've been playing through each civilization in with eight players, because the max for Age of Empires 2 is 8 players, just like Smash. Basically 7 computer players, and I have 1 ally, so it's four teams of 2. And then after I finished that, I started playing 1v1s where I would play more civilizations more than once, because I will only play the 4 new civilizations twice with the 8 player stuff, and then I'll just move on to a different civilization. And for the 1v1, I am actually doing the same civilizations, multiple times if I like them, and I'm learning how to play the game. And get better at it, because I really want to get better at it. So I'm playing with a moderate AI, which is a challenge, but I can ultimately win if I survive their early invasion. And then basically if I wall myself in so that they can't reach me, then I can survive and then eventually reach them and completely wreck them. And it's pretty challenging. I've actually lost a few games. I've had to resign because they literally just destroyed my economy, and it was not fun. But so what happened is that, well, that's basically that. So that's what I've been doing. So
Okay. I'm sure that's been keeping you busy too, because all the civilizations that choose from and stuff, it definitely sounds like an interesting game.
Oh, yeah,
I have never played it, but it definitely sounds really cool.
Yeah, you should get it if you have Steam.
That's right. Among the many other games I need to play, my backlog is ever growing. So Nit, what have you been up to, man? I know part of it, but what else have you been up to?
Well, since I think I'll get to the certain show later, because in between the last podcast, I've kind of gotten an appreciation for a soundtrack of a game that I played at Chuck E. Cheese arcades that I otherwise wouldn't have paid attention because of how loud the sound effects are. Have you guys how often have you been to arcades? I assume not often.
As a kid, more so than now, especially Chuck E. Cheese. I haven't been in years. But there aren't many arcades close to me, and so that's the main reason why. But I mean, I do like them. There's a lot of choice and stuff in there.
I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh gosh,
You are missing out. They do have pretty good pizza.
Yeah, about that. I'm having health issues because of eating cheese all the time, eating dairy all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's making
you find out you're lactose intolerant, or
allergy, and basically, it's harder for me to swallow things now because I have been eating dairy, and that's basically the effect it has on me. Also eggs, but that's.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so my health is pretty bad right now.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you found out before something worse happened, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, there was a game that I played quite often with my brother called Let's Go Jungle. It was about these two tourists that went on a jungle expedition, but as it turns out, the jungle is mutated with goo and mushrooms that makes all the animals and bugs evil, and they attack and eat people. So they have guns and they shoot their way through it. And it's like I said, it was hard to appreciate the soundtrack because of how loud the gunshots and the character screams were. I looked it up on YouTube. Holy smokes, this game has a great soundtrack. It really does make you feel like you're in an evil jungle. The bongos, the chanting, it's so amazing. I love it. It's honestly becoming one of my favorite soundtracks even.
Wow.
Yeah, it is amazing. I was blown away by how great it is.
Okay. I started listening to one of the songs you sent me, but I hadn't listened to the whole thing. I need to sit down and listen to it.
It is so freaking good. My favorites are the boss theme for the spider and the plant, and the safari crew. I forgot the name of the song. I think it's Jungle Cruise, but yeah. But yeah, there's such great songs. And the other thing, which you've been made aware of, because since you read my recent thread about it, I got into a new show recently called Aggretsuko on Netflix.
What's it called?
Aggretsuko.
Oh, never heard of it.
You know Sanrio, right? Hello Kitty?
Barely. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's like a Japanese icon.
Yeah, well, they actually have a more adult series, but it's still tamed at the same time. It's like regular show if you took out the randomness and allowed cursing, but not like the super bad ones, and instead the main character is a red panda that works at an accounting company rather than at a park. But it is really freaking good. I had so much fun watching it. The characters are great, the humor is amazing, and the music is so quirky. I was just having so much fun. I'm even watching it twice after watching it live with a friend.
Which you can always go back and find something else that you missed. You're either laughing at a joke or someone was telling you something, and seeing it again, you see that, oh hey, I missed it the first time. So same thing with movies. I love that.
Yeah, in fact, I already did notice something when rewatching an episode. I didn't realize that in one episode where Retsuko crashed into the office, her nose was bleeding.
Okay. Besides Aggretsuko and listening to arcade classic soundtracks, what else have you been up to?
Trying to think of anything else to talk about aside from the big two.
Which we'll definitely do a big discussion on. Yeah.
Well, I started rebuilding my Stranger Things set from Christmas because it broke, and I felt like doing it since I was bored. Plus, it was I did really love that set. It's the biggest set I ever made by myself. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and ensures that my mom didn't waste her money on it. I display it, but the thing, my room gets dusty really fast, and dusty Legos are not fun to clean, because imagine having to clean all the pieces, especially because they're stuck together, and yeah, that's a really big set, and I don't want it to get dirty, so I can't display it.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Lego collectors when they put all their sets out. I can't imagine how dirty it all got.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Or people that collect figures and all that, they get a layer of dust on them over time.
I keep all my minifigures in like a big bag, so.
Or like just figures in general, like Amiibo and Funko Pops and all these like big $100 figures people blow money on and stuff. It's like, well, they're going to be like a huge layer of dust over time, right? You're not even going to get to see what they look like, but yeah, that's definitely a big issue with displaying stuff, especially like me being an out-of-box Funko Pop collector. It's like, they look great out of the box, but at the same time, it's like they're going to get dusty over time, so you just have to watch it and wipe them and wipe your shelf and all that stuff. So it definitely pays to keep an eye on your collectibles and stuff. So
I haven't gotten new pop since Christmas, but I want the Dragon Prince ones, and of course the Aggretsuko one. So.
Okay.
I used to,
moving on. Oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
I used to collect rubber duckies, but I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
'Cause
How many did you?
That are
There-
shaped
I'm
with
curious.
the characters.
there was a store that my mom used to work at that sold the rubber duckies, but it closed down. And then before that, the other store that was the main place that we got the duckies from was
Mhm.
sold and turned into a brewery. So that's out of the picture. So I haven't been
Yeah.
since then.
Okay. How many did you have? Now you got me curious.
Oh, probably 15.
Okay. Sizable collection, but not too crazy. Okay.
I think I have it in a box. I think I have a whole box with them. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we've gone over what we've been up to and the collectibles we've collected over the years. What are the big games I feel like we need to talk about? Has anybody played Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition? I know that's a big thing that just came out. Shantae and the Seven Sirens just came out. There's a lot that's. Have you been playing both of them?
Oh.
Okay.
I have not played either of them.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the physical edition from Limited Run for Shantae, and I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles. I hadn't played the original. I hadn't played 2. I may eventually pick it up, but again, huge laundry list of a backlog of games to play. So I got to pick my battles, man. And Animal Crossing has me, like I said last time we were on, has me by the throat right now. So I got to pick my games I want to play. So, but yeah, definitely a lot of hype surrounding those. Obviously, as Shantae supporters and a former Shantae supporter, that's a big deal for the latest game to come out. Apparently, it's been getting rave reviews. Like I said, we can't really talk about it because none of us have really played it. So we'll really just move on to what we have been playing. I know, Dan, you talked about playing Age of Empires. Is there anything like crazy that went down recently that happened in the game? Different civilization come in clutch or something like that?
Well, basically what it is I can't remember specific things, but I do have recorded games, and if the games don't crash, apparently recorded games have been crashing with the new patch that came out a few days ago, after a few minutes, so hopefully that gets resolved, and maybe I'll be able to record videos showing off my recorded games. And I'm still going to do that Huns and Incas matchup at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do that, probably sometime when I don't have to run the air conditioner for an extended period of time, because I get very hot. So anyway, so basically what happened is I remember a game the other day I was playing as the Khmer, which used to be my favorite civilization of all time, of history. So I was really happy when they were added, and now I really want the Georgians, which I'm going to talk about later, why they're significant, why I love them, why they're cool. But basically I was playing as the Khmer, and they get basically ballista elephants as their unique unit, which are ballistas. Well, they're just what they sound like. They're ballistas on elephants, and that's something the Khmer actually used in real life. And it was I don't know how extensively they used it, but it was their thing. And it was pretty cool that they didn't really have to make up any gimmick for the unit, because it's already there from history. So basically they have a focus on elephants and siege units, so basically they get stronger scorpions, which are basically ballistas, and they basically also get faster elephants. And so basically I was just using those, and I was also using this unit called the Halberdier, which wields a halberd, which is a spear weapon with an axe tip as well. And basically they have a strong bonus against cavalry, and the AI opponent I was fighting was cavalry. So it was a pretty crazy game. We were constantly at fighting each other, and it was really crazy. It was actually a jungle map, so it felt like I was actually playing as the Khmer. But unfortunately, my opponent wasn't Southeast Asian. That would have been cool, but it was still pretty cool. But basically, long story short, we got into many skirmishes until I eventually broke through his lines and basically just destroyed his base. And that was really hectic, and a lot of death, a lot of lost lives. That game can can get very intense with long matches.
Mm-hmm.
And I will talk later about why the Kingdom of Georgia is awesome, and why I want it to be in Age of Empires, why I think it should be in, reasons why it's disappointing it's not in, but I'll talk about that later. Is basically I feel just as passionate about the Georgians being in Age of Empires 2 as I do about Shantae being in Smash. So that gives you perspective.
That's pretty passionate then. Now, just remind us later after we talk about some Animal Crossing and stuff, because I know that's what Nit and I are going to talk about. Just remind me and bring it back up that you want to talk about the Georgians. But I know there's another game that you also want to talk about, Nit, that you have just recently gotten for your birthday and just recently dived into, the Galar region.
And unfortunately got another UK copy. Thanks, Amazon.
I feel you. Spyro was like that for me, man.
Now next time I get money, I gotta buy English cases from eBay. I think I now understand why people do that. The cartridge will still be different, but it's so small, why bother?
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, I did finally start Pokemon Sword and Shield, and the reason why is that a few months ago, right when the DLC was just announced, a friend of mine on Discord asked me that I was not fond of Sword and Shield, and then I said for various reasons, yeah, and then he really insisted that I play the games myself before trying them, before, critiquing them. Mm-hmm. And he actually bought me the DLC pass, and I didn't even ask for it. He just DM'd me an eShop card, and he's like, there you go. And I was like, are you sure about this? And then he really insisted, and then I promised him I would only spend it on the DLC and nothing else, and so I did. And when the opportunity came, I asked my sister for my birthday to get it for me, and I did. So.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? Obviously, we've been kind of critical of it, especially me has been critical of it here on the podcast in months recent, in past mind blank, in past podcast episodes. What are your thoughts so far, just starting in the Galar region? What do you like? What are you iffy on? What do you not like? Just your early first impressions of the game so far.
It's good. It could be better. I noticed some, shortcomings. Like, as cool as the intro was, it does feel weird without voice acting.
Yeah.
I understand that not every series needs it, but considering how big Pokemon is, it feels wrong to not have voice acting.
Especially with an entire crowd chanting behind him and hooping and hollering, and then he's completely silent. It's very jarring.
Yeah.
Very odd. Yeah.
It feels very strange. But for what it's worth, it's still okay. I mean, I think I told you this before, but on Christmas, I was actually sad that I was skipping a new region. So, hey, I'm not doing that anymore, but...
Yeah.
And I like the new Pokemon. I mean, sadly, I've been kind of spoiled on almost the whole dex beforehand, which is why I asked you for it, to pick my team out. But I still got some surprises. Like, originally Dottler wasn't going to stay on my team, but I grew onto her, so I kept her. And now,
has she evolved yet?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, you're still in for the surprise then. Okay.
It better be worth it, because I had another friend tell me that it's one of his favorites, so this better be really freaking good. Especially since it's replacing Eldegoss, which I have to say, I'm pretty dang disappointed that's the final evolution.
Yeah. Honestly, I like Gossifleur more than Eldegoss personally. I just like its design more. I just think it's definitely... to me, it looks cooler. Like, Eldegoss looks like, half-baked Jumpluff to me. I mean, it's still pretty. It has a great shiny. It has a great shiny, but it's just... I mean, Jumpluff did it better, in my opinion. But... I love the Hoppip line anyway, so...
Yeah, and I recently found an Eldegoss floating in the air on the bridge area, and I laughed, and I actually ran into it and battled it.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Oh, I recently got Toxel too, which also might become a permanent team player. at the cost of Lulu. Sad band noises.
Rip Floofy boy.
I mean, I can't talk right now. Is Double good?
Double, it's okay. Fur Coat is definitely the only ability you should be using with it because it really does help give it some bulk. But overall, it's one of the meh normal types that you usually see on the first routes. So it's kind of along the lines of like Furret and Bibarel, stat-wise and stuff. Linoon, stuff like that. So honestly, Linoon's really grown a lot the last several generations as a competitively viable option. But of course, my heart lies with Stoutland. I think most people would say that it is one of the stronger normal types. But I mean,
yeah,
Double is not bad. There's just so much it could have done, and its move pool is so limited. It's just really hard to do anything with it because it essentially only learns like 4 attacking types. So it doesn't learn like Earthquake or anything. It learns like Double Kick, the normal type moves like Double Edge, Headbutt, all that jazz, and then like Wild Charge and Headbutt, and that is pretty much it. And of course, it can learn like Hyper Beam and stuff because who uses that? But yeah.
Okay, now that you said that, Toxel's definitely staying.
Yeah, I think you'll like its evolution. I think you will. So.
Isn't it Toxicity or something like that?
Toxtricity, yep.
I don't think I remember what it looks like, but
good, you'll be surprised. I think you'll like it.
I mean, especially since Toxel was literally just given to you at the daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yep.
Oh, you have a little baby Pokemon. You want it here.
Basically just a poison type Togepi for Gen 8. Yep.
Yeah, and it does. Toxel really does nail the baby design. I mean, that's the little diaper and the tail, and it even has an animation that looks like he's going to temper tantrum.
Yep.
I do like that. Yeah. I do like that. Another thing I like is Pokemon Camp, which I gotta be honest, it feels like both an upgrade and a step back from Pokemon Ami/Refresh. Like you can talk to your Pokemon, you can play with them, but you can't pet them anymore.
Yeah,
what?
I feel like that's the whole. It's the whole implementing the touchscreen thing. They'd have to put like a stylus with the Switch or something, because otherwise your finger would be smudging all over your Switch screen. And plus, they'd have to enable the touchscreen for the rest of the game. It's like, would they incorporate touchscreen for the wild area or something? So I feel like they scrapped it just so they wouldn't have to try and implement it and de-implement it in other areas. But yeah, it's definitely a downgrade not being able to pet, especially like Floof, Wooloo, and stuff like that. That'd be great.
Okay, considering that Super Mario Maker 2 uses a stylus, I find that a pretty bad excuse in my opinion.
I know. I'm just saying it's probably one of their excuses, but I totally agree. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, aside from that, I mean, the story is okay so far. I mean, Team Yell still sucks, but their battle theme, their battle theme is awesome though.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the music in this game is great.
Oh yeah, it does have a good soundtrack. Yep. Even the weak soundtracks, in my opinion, are still good.
Yeah.
But
so another thing I really like.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, don't worry. I'll answer that question right after this. Another new item I really like are experience candies because they're easier to get than rare candies, and they still give experience.
And they don't just like completely shoot up your Pokemon. It's just still gradual, and it's a little bit. It's not as drastic. It's a lot more balanced, especially for early.
Yeah, and plus you're giving your Pokemon candy, nice treats. And you were about to ask what my final team is gonna be?
Or what your current final team, yeah, but your current team as well.
Okay, so my current team is Drizzile, which I keep thinking about how you said that you hate it. I mean, I personally
like it.
I personally like him, but whatever. Okay, so far it's Drizzile, Wooloo, Dottler, Toxel, and Carkol.
Okay. That's why I forgot you got Roly-Coly.
Carkol is freaking hilarious. It's literally a cart filled with coal with a head sticking out, and the feet are wheels, but they also move like feet. I wait for the day that guy gets a plush, because once again I'm gonna I'm gonna have so much fun laughing at it. Just like how earlier I showed you I can't take Superior seriously because it's a giant snake with leaf hands.
Yeah, teeny tiny leaf hands. Yeah, I never knew that. I did not know that for years, man. I didn't know those were hands. I thought they were just like its little, like a scarf or something. I didn't know that was hands until one day it like moved. I was like, wait, what?
They're actually hands. I think I mean, I could be wrong because it's been ages since I played it, but in Black and White, I think you can have Superior hold props. It's so funny. This series in general is ridiculous.
That was honestly one of the most fun things to do in Black and White. I wasted so much time dressing up my Pokemon and prancing about on stage to get those stupid medals, but I loved it. That was such... Black and White had such good, stupid side features that were fun to use. Man, I wish there was more stuff like that in modern Pokemon. They went all out. They didn't have to, but they did. And it was just something fun to do on the side. It's like, well, I'm not battling the champion. I'm not doing online battles. I'm not looking for shinies. Like, I'll just go dress up my Pokemon and prance them on stage in a little fashion show. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it was fun to do.
I was at Gear Station a lot. Oh my gosh, the battle theme was freaking amazing. Plus, I always loved doing the doubled battles where you got to team up with a trainer of your opposite gender.
Oh, you talking about the battle subway?
Yeah, the battle subway.
Dude, yes, holy cow, yes. And it actually was challenging too. It was really good.
I think I beat the leaders one time, but I can't remember. I always loved seeing what my partner would bring next.
Yeah, I think I beat singles and doubles. I don't think I ever beat rotation and triples, but that was actually where my love for Steelix really bloomed because I caught one on one of the C-Link missions, and then he turned out to have an adamant nature and was likes to thrash about, which was max attack, and so I trained him, named him Ironhide, and the rest was history. He swept so many times in my Trick Room team in the Battle Subway, and I love him for that, man. It really made me have a new love for Steelix. Because I always liked it, but I always liked Onyx too, but man, that made me love Steelix so much. Ironhide put in work, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I always like doing the triples in challenges because, first of all, they're the only challenge that lets you bring your whole team with you. And yeah. I just think it's fun to, battle 3v3 at once. I almost never do single challenges because I find it boring. And again, they don't let you bring your whole team.
Mm-hmm.
I like having my full roster with me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm more of a single battle guy anyway, but they really do limit it a lot. It's like, you can only bring 3 instead of the full 6, and it's just like, I don't know. To me, doubles is so much more particular because it's like, you have to have 2 Pokemon that complement each other. You can't just have the Pokemon rely solely on its own strength. You have to have someone that, if this Pokemon is frail, you have to have a teammate that's bulky, but that Pokemon might also take more hits, so you have to have something to protect them. And it's good and bad. There's pros and cons because it creates more strategy instead of just send out strong Pokemon. Pokemon sweeps team. It takes some more strategy than that. So, but for my tiny, not competitively minded brain, it definitely is better to just do single battles and just let them take them down one by one, switch out if it's a bad situation, stuff like that. So, yeah, I definitely need to do more battling. I haven't touched Pokemon in months. But I really need to do more battling in Pokemon because, man, I really haven't done it pretty much since X and Y regularly. Not even Sun and Moon, man.
Pokemon's like the one series I'm really competitive at. That's why I spend so much time breeding and EV training stats, and I have so many Pokemon.
I definitely EV train Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon, it's like, I know I'm trash, but it's because I prefer to use the lesser used mons and the not as popular mons and not just the same 30 everybody else uses and all the legendaries and stuff. So, I mean, I would use like a legendary from time to time, like Regirock or something like that, but I would really rather just use Pokemon I have personal attachment to and Pokemon that I like and I like their stats, I like their design, I like their moveset, than them just being, this Pokemon's going to get me wins because it's Landorus Therian or it's Garchomp. And I love Garchomp, no diss to that, but Landorus Therian is just stupid OP. But I hate that mindset. It's like, I have to use this because this is the only way I will win, and the metagame will stay stagnant because they only use the same 30 Pokemon. That's just I'll get off my high horse now. Good boy. But yeah.
Disney Heroes battle mode.
Yeah, that pay to win mentality. Yeah. But anyway, we done with Pokemon. You want to move on to a certain New Horizon?
Well, I talked about the Pokemon. I talked about the. Well, I beat Milo, so there's that. I just arrived at the town with Nessa, and I'm hoping to play that tomorrow because I did all my business I wanted to complete in Animal Crossing. But yeah, I guess I'll move on to the New Horizons.
Okay. Now.
Okay, so now I can unmute myself because I finally can talk about something.
Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead, man.
I was just saying. Okay. Basically, I was just saying that I actually saw my brother play a little bit of New Horizons, so I do want to get it eventually, but I'm just really disappointed by the lack of gyroids because they're like my favorite part of any Animal Crossing game.
Okay.
So you do like Animal Crossing?
Oh yeah, I love Animal Crossing.
Okay, and that's the thing. I feel like there's so much I've missed out on because this is my first game. I've never played the series before, like I talked about in the last episode prior. I always thought it was cutesy, but it seemed boring. But it's really an interesting game because it's like the most like real to life, but also not real to life game there is, because it's just normal mundane tasks like talking to your neighbors, digging up clams, catching bugs, but you also do it with anthropomorphic animals surrounding you and you're an adorable tiny human. And it's just really a weird escapism because it's realistic, but it's not, because you have all these cutesy animals that are like human-sized. Excuse me, voice crack. Mixed with all these real-life bugs and fish and turtles and crabs and frogs, and it's just the humor in it. I love the puns, obviously, every time you catch a bug, and just the humor in the game. It's just really cool. But yeah, I do hope they bring stuff back like Brewster's Cafe and the gyroids, because I love collecting stuff and I've loved collecting the fossils and the bugs and stuff. June is going to be hyped because whale shark. But yeah,
and
I'm
Hank
definitely
and Dory
hoping
in the guild, right?
Yes, dude. But I'm hoping they do bring back stuff like gyroids for the fans that have experienced them for years and love them, and also for fans like me that are like, ooh, I want to get in on that action because I love collecting stuff. So yeah, and they're definitely fun. Like Lloyd, the little guy's like, hey there, partner, we're taking a donation. You got 200,000 bells for me? And he's just just spinning around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Lloyd was a cowboy.
Oh, yeah. He's like, it's like super high pitched, man.
Yeah.
Even higher than the mice and stuff. But yeah, he that's the only gyroid in the game so far, is the one that stays when you're building inclines and bridges. So I'm hoping they bring more back.
I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, I didn't watch it in full, but there's a video talking about 15 leak updates for the game.
Yeah, and Brewster's actually in there too, as well as stuff like diving and other stuff like that. So yeah. So fun fact, I actually plan to do a top 10 quality of life improvements for Animal Crossing New Horizons on my channel. So
nice.
Keep an eye out for that, because there's several things that, even though this is my first game, I've already noticed several things. I'm like, why can't I bulk craft? Why do I have the same 3 conversations with my villagers every day? So yeah, stuff like that is definitely what I'll be talking about. Yeah. So spoiler alert for one of the things on their bulk crafting. Yeah.
And the villagers in the original Animal Crossing are like really, really mean.
I've heard that.
Like,
yeah.
Like they just found every opportunity to insult you and constantly make you feel bad, and actually like they were completely ruthless. And basically, I don't think Rossetti is in New Horizons, Mr. Rossetti. But basically, if you reset the game without saving, he would pop up and then start yelling at you.
I have heard stories of this. Yep.
And he was so scary in the original Animal Crossing, they actually made little girls cry.
Oh my goodness. The first time I ever encountered him was in Smash Brawl, and he was sitting there like, hey man, you suck, and someone was like, who is this dude? It was great.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. In New Leaf, which is the one I have on the 3DS, you unlock him because you can't encounter him. You can't encounter him unless you make a public works project for the reset. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the underground area that he works for, that basically detects when a player resets.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that is entirely optional in New Leaf. You can basically just make him show up if you want to.
Okay.
And
Cool.
apparently, like apparently, like after you do the public works project and that's built, I think he like shows up on like your starting screen or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what happens when you reset or something. But man, in the original Animal Crossing, he was a monster. Basically, he would what would happen is he would just keep yelling at you, just non-stop. Like, he would constantly insult you, and then he'd also make you copy something that he said word for word by writing it all out. And if you made one mistake, he'd give you the what for again. And then basically, this is all intentional to deter resets. And basically what happened is, after a few times, one of the things he did is he faked you out with actually turning off the game.
Yeah.
So basically after that he says, "Did you like that? Maybe you smashed your controller," or something like that. Basically he's just like, "I don't care about anything that happens to you because you basically ruined my life."
He literally trolls you into thinking that the game went off.
Yeah, and then another one of the things that he does is he stares right into the camera.
Yeah.
So you're forced to look at his face the entire time.
Oh, wow.
I was so disappointed when I learned that he wasn't going to be in New Horizons, because I really wanted to experience that myself and just laugh
Yeah,
at it.
man. I hate that
Especially
he's not
because-
in Ultimate anymore either. I hate he's not in Smash anymore as an assist trophy. I really do.
Especially because the villagers, they just keep smiling while they're getting yelled at.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the ones I think is the most missed. I would love to experience his tirades myself. He's such a unique contrast to the cutesy wootsy, happy-go-lucky villager and other animals in the game. It's an interesting contrast, but it's actually a really nice contrast. So, and it makes sense because they were trying to prevent people from resetting and stuff. So what better way than having a pixelated mole scream in your face, I guess.
Oh yeah, like, another thing that happened is if you reset the game while you were in another town, your face would disappear.
Oh, that is disturbing.
I think
your
I'd
face
seen
would be
that somewhere before.
Your face would be replaced with the face of a gyroid. I was in the middle of playing The Legend of Zelda on Animal Crossing in the original, because they had an entire NES emulator in
Whoa.
Animal Crossing.
That is sick.
Yeah, like what happened is that people recently discovered that there was a blank NES that you couldn't do anything with. But what happened is, if you had NES game data on your memory card, you could play it right in Animal Crossing. Any
Wow.
NES game, any
That's
NES game.
crazy.
So you would be playing a game inside of a game.
Yeah, so anyway, what happened is that I was playing The Legend of Zelda. I didn't know how to quit, so I turned the game off while I was in another town, and when I came back, my face was gone, and I was like really young, so this really freaked me out. I was horrified.
But can you play Animal Crossing while you're playing Animal Crossing while you're playing that Animal Crossing?
That's like making Minecraft in Minecraft, which is actually something a guy did.
Hey man, what are you crafting? I'm crafting Minecraft. What? And this Minecraft copy is crafting Minecraft there. So just
Speaking of Minecraft, an honest thing I don't like about New Horizons is crafting tools.
really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing Animal Crossing. I'm not playing Minecraft. I shouldn't have to make tools all the time.
I
They're two
agree.
different games.
I agree. I like that it gives you some incentive to keep, to keep collecting stuff, to keep crafting on stuff. But one thing I think that they should absolutely patch in is that the golden tools cannot break, because that is crazy. That makes no sense.
I mean, usually at least in Minecraft, golden tools are crap. They break immediately.
Now the diamond tools also break, correct?
Yes, but they last a very long time.
Now, the thing is, in Minecraft, you can actually enchant tools or anything.
Yeah.
Be completely unbreaking. They cannot break at all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And yeah, like golden tools, golden anything. It's just basically a clout thing. It's like, hey, I'm rich. I have golden stuff. It's totally worthless. Like this golden armor is just totally useless because it's not gonna protect me very well at all. It's barely better than leather, but I look cool.
Yep, that is my house right now. My bedroom has a golden throne, which is literally just a big golden seat, like a throne for a king. And then
you gave me that for my birthday.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I also have the golden dishes, which is just a fork, a spoon, and a plate on a red tablecloth, which was like, it just only cost 1 gold, so I was like, I'll do that. And then found the recipe for the golden arowana statue, so I have that. And then my buddy Kyle, you guys might know him as Agent Gold, actually gave me the DIY for the golden dung beetle. So now I have a golden dung beetle holding a giant gold turd ball in my bedroom. So that is... Fun fact is, I love this game because it's like I literally have a toilet where I can poop, where I can flush, but dung beetles do not roll dung. They roll snowballs in the wintertime. So I don't understand that. It's like, so you let villagers poop and go, that takes care of that. But a dung beetle doesn't roll dung. It makes no sense.
That's probably because it's an E-rated game.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then Riders also makes reference of them eating dung and eating each other and stuff, and it's like talking about the different animals and bugs and fish and stuff, and it's like, this one nests in feces and stuff. I'm like, so you can talk about that, but you can't have a dung beetle doing what the dung beetle do.
Yeah. What about the nude statues and paintings where you can actually see the people's junk in all their glory?
Dude, yes, holy cow! Like, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like full on nudie nude. It's like the David statue, the Venus de Milo, the birth of Venus.
Wait. Are you saying that you could actually see a pee-pee in Animal Crossing? Oh, gosh!
That's what
my gosh!
Yeah, I actually had a, there's this statue in Belgium of this little boy peeing for some reason.
Is it a fountain or is it a statue?
God.
It has a water stream coming out of it. It's recreated in Animal Crossing. I used to have it in my old house.
Oh my gosh!
In the
Are
original
you kidding me?
until my parents made me get rid of it.
I get art is very, very objective, but man, no.
Just no.
No, it's just I just want Starry Night. Like, I love that painting, and I'm thankful that's in this game. I'm just waiting to get it. So there's Mona Lisa, there's the David, there's the Thinker.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like 45 different. It's like 43 or 45 different. There's like 13 statues and like 30 paintings, 30-ish. But besides Nick and Min and statues and stuff, I absolutely adore the bugs and fish in this game. It is such a fun thing to be running around. It's like, oh hey, there's a massive butterfly I can catch. And I love how realistic they look, and it's just such a cool contrast from the cartooniness of the other animals. That's the museum, like I said last time, is just my favorite part of this game. It is stunning. It is so gorgeous. And obviously
that butterfly will go in real life.
There should be an Animal Crossing RPG.
Dude, that'd be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, and one big thing I've been recently doing is getting on with my friends like Nint. Like today, this afternoon, no, that was yesterday. I'm sorry. I got on with my buddy Wreck-It Ryan this morning. He visited my island. I gave him a tour. We traded some DIYs and stuff. But yeah, he's doing well. And I've been on with you, Nint. I've been on with
you tried to kill me.
Yesterday, I had just crafted a leaf mask. I just got the DIY from it for one of my villagers, and I went to go put it on. I was like, let's have some fun with this. And so I come up behind Nint, who is currently fishing, and I'm wielding an axe in this mask on my face, and I'm just sneaking up behind him, and he just turns around and just takes off, and I'm sitting there just cackling like an idiot. And I go back in my house and get 2 other creepy masks I have, because there's one, it's like this fat Chinese man. Like this really creepy face. Like the first time I ever got it, I think I got it from a villager, and I put it on and I was like, oh gosh, what is that? So there's some fun masks in this game. I think the leaf mask is actually like inspired by something from Legend of Zelda, if I'm not mistaken. I think.
No.
Yeah, I thought I was playing Dead by Daylight.
Have you ever heard the song Hypno KK?
I have not heard it. I don't think
it's really eerie.
Okay.
Like super creepy.
Yeah, that one has not shown up in my purchase rotation yet. I did thankfully get, what is it called? Stale Cupcakes. I love that song. It's such a soothing little song. I love playing it at night and stuff. There's some really good songs.
The only song my sister-in-law likes in the game is KK Jazz. Like, she literally hates all the other songs.
Even Bubblegum KK?
Apparently.
Oh wow, that's so catchy, man. I don't think I've heard. I have heard Jazz. I think I have Jazz. Because I've got a jukebox on the front of my island that I just dump all my new songs into, and just switch them out every once in a while. But yeah, there's like 100 songs. It's crazy, and some you can only get. Fun fact: there's some you can only get from KK on Saturdays if you ask him to pick the song. So keep your eyes peeled. So
there are also multiple songs in Animal Crossing based on real songs, like Rockin' KK is based on Johnny Be Good. And there's actually a song called KK Adventure, which is based on the Pirates of the Caribbean theme.
I knew it sounded like that. I love that one.
You're a Disney buff.
I've seen the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Basically, I really like them. I thought Orlando Bloom and what's her name?
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley did a good job. So, yeah, I really like those movies. They're pretty good. The mistake that the other movies made was making Jack Sparrow the main character. He is not the main character.
He's not?
Nope.
Wow.
The characters played by Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, I'm forgetting their names, they're the main characters.
Do they happen to be Barbossa and what's the Tia Dalma?
Yeah, what? Tia was a witch or something. And then she turns out to actually be Calypso the goddess, and it's just weird. And I know some of this because of Kingdom Hearts 3. But, okay, so Jack used to just be a supporting role.
Yeah, he was basically there for comic relief. But the other 2 characters, I'm forgetting their names. They were the meat and potatoes of the movie. Their romance was the driving force of the movies, and when that was taken away, you're just left with an empty shell.
Gotcha.
Of a franchise that misunderstands itself.
Okay, and that's the thing. Jack was a huge fan-loved character because he played his role well. I mean, to me, Johnny Depp playing Jack Sparrow is just as much as, say, Iron Man, Tony Stark being played by Robert Downey Jr., Tobey Maguire being Spider-Man. To me, those are just roles that define the actor, and every time I think of Johnny Depp, I immediately think of Jack Sparrow. But yeah, away from the pirates.
R. That's a funny pun.
That's one thing I have not found anything yet for in New Horizons. I don't know if they have like an eye patch or anything. I've got like a bandage, like an eye patch, like a medical patch for your eye, but I don't have like a pirate eye patch. I want that. I want those. But I haven't seen any pirate gear yet. I've got like a cowboy outfit, a doctor outfit and stuff. But I don't have a pirate yet, so I don't know if they have.
All I want is to terraform.
Yeah, in time.
Dr. Goomba Tower.
Oh.
And now Dr. Dolphin too, apparently. Still no Dr. Pauline though. That's weird.
What's next, Dr. Air?
Is there an air character in a Mario?
Well, there are the
Dr. Gravity, Mario's worst enemy.
It's just Dr. Thwomp, Dr. Firebar.
Yeah, Nintendo's really been dropping the ball with these mobile games and having stupid rosters.
Yeah, it's really weird that they would choose a dolphin. Like, I could see a Goomba maybe as like a joke character, but then doing the dolphin before you even do Pauline and all. Have they done Rosalina yet? Have they done Waluigi too. I'm sure they've done Waluigi, but have they done Waluigi and Wario? I haven't kept up with it.
They did Wario, and I mean, I honestly don't care in my opinion, but I don't know if they did. I think they did Waluigi, but.
So say, man, the dude can't even catch a break outside of Smash. So.
Here comes a new challenger.
Can you guys hear me?
I can, yes sir.
All right, great.
Well, hey,
Drew.
there's our player 4 for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Drew.
Mr. Nook.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if we're going to transition here, I believe I was in the middle of. I was about to talk about the Georgians.
Yeah,
Wow.
go ahead and do that before I finish with Animal Crossing.
Okay, you can go first, actually.
No, I want you to go first, because I know Alpha and I talked a lot.
All right, okay, I'll go first. So basically, why I want the Georgians in Age of Empires is because they are actually pretty cool. Okay, I need to go into more detail than that. More than just they're pretty cool. But basically what happened is that they never fell. Like, they never, like, got completely conquered. I think they were invaded by the Mongols, but they never got totally conquered. And that's pretty cool. Like, they are based in the Caucasus region between the Black and Caspian Seas. They're like sandwiched between the two of them. So if you can picture roughly where they are, then that's basically what it is. And basically they're basically the gateway between Russia and Turkey. And what happened is that Seljuk Turks invaded Georgia in like the 1100s or something. Actually, I think it was earlier than that. They invaded Georgia, and had the Georgians not driven them out, they would have been conquered, and the Caucasus probably would have been under control of the Turks. So the battle that they were part of was actually pretty important. And another reason that I think the Georgians should be in Age of Empires 2 is because one of the civilizations that they had a strong relationship with, the Cumans, was already added in the game, and was one of the new civilizations. And basically the Cumans and the Kipchaks were like a confederacy of like semi-nomadic people from the North Caucasus or whatever, and they had a strong relationship with Georgia. And I think it's kind of odd that Georgia is not in the game, but the Cumans are, because they're like peanut butter and jelly, pretty much. And also, I think if the Georgians get added, they should add the Armenians too, because the Georgians basically bailed out the Armenians when they were invaded by the Turks and occupied. What's funny, the Armenians actually had strong cavalry for like a good portion of like the Middle Ages, but then they just basically just got occupied, and then Georgia had to bail them out. So they also have a strong relationship. So like the two of them would be really great civilizations to add. And I think if the devs add more civilizations, which it doesn't seem like they're going to add for the time being, then those two should be the ones that they focus on adding before any others, because they are like the most obvious picks in my opinion. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Okay. I was about to ask you, so you're talking about like the country Georgia, but yeah, then you clarified it was actually Georgia. So, okay, I figured it was. So. Cool. And it would make sense, like you said, with all the history they have, to add another sister country like that.
And the Kingdom of Georgia was also known as the Georgian Empire, as an Age of Empires.
Yeah.
So it does qualify. And another civilization that I want is the Polynesians.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Which actually, the Polynesians actually had the island of Tonga had an empire, the Tongan Empire. And they were Polynesian, and also I figured they could represent, Rapa Nui, ununified Hawaii, because unified Hawaii was outside the Middle Ages, but basically ununified Hawaii and Rapa Nui, which is Easter Island, and Tonga and Fiji and a whole bunch of others. And I thought it'd be pretty cool to have them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could bring some like Polynesian architecture, and also they have Micronesians, which would represent, let's see, Kiribati, which is a small island country, and the city of Nan Madol, which was actually like the Venice of Oceania because it was built on the water. And I figured they could have a special bonus where their fishing ships can build walls, gates, towers, and houses on the water. And it'll be actually very dynamic and set them apart from other civilizations. And so basically those are like the 4 civilizations that I want the most, pretty much. And I think they all have good reasons to be added.
Cool. I could definitely get on the Polynesians because I love Hawaiian music,
Moana.
culture, and stuff. Yeah, Moana, Lilo and Stitch. Yeah.
Every time I think of Moana, I can't help but sing a stupid song.
And the Polynesians will also speak Hawaiian too, even though that's anachronistic. They speak modern Hawaiian. Ran through Google Translate and came up with some phrases that they could say. So I already had that part figured out. Also, I did it to Georgians too, because Georgian is on Google Translate, so that's helpful.
I know we're taking away from Drew's joining us. What have you been up to, man? I know you've been kind of quiet over there.
So yeah, I finally beat Final Fantasy VII Remake last night, and I had a couple of issues with the battle system. It's something that's definitely not something that comes easily. Honestly, by the end of the game, I only really started getting the hang of it, which is unfortunate. But story-wise and graphics-wise, and you know, the good part, the parts that came easily for the battle system, like more naturally, those were all amazing. I started. It's unfortunate that I started getting the hang of the battle system towards the end of the game, but yeah, the story, I could see why people were complaining. It's not a direct, like, one-to-one, which I don't mind. It definitely focuses on the beginning of Final Fantasy VII, the original, and it expands it into like a first game, which is great. Some moments drag on a little bit, but overall, it really focuses on some minor characters or major characters only towards the beginning, of the original that have become, I feel like, bigger characters that I actually care about them now. But in terms of what they changed, which I'm not going to spoil it, it's a fairly new game and it's a big spoiler, but they did something strange by the end of the game that kind of, like, if you played it, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't played it, basically something happens throughout the game, like on and off, and by the end of the game they give you this big reveal, and there's like an alternate meaning to the word remake. And again, if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't worry, because you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But by the end of the game, I was like, so what happened? Like, I was confused. And I've heard people blame Nomura because he made the Kingdom Hearts story very convoluted, but I read that the story was already set in stone before he joined, because I think he was, I'm not sure of the order of events. I think he was working on Kingdom Hearts 3 and then jumped into Final Fantasy. I don't know the order of it, but he wasn't on the team in the beginning. So technically he's not to blame because the story was already scripted before he joined the project. So, but it does have a very, unfortunately, it does have a very Kingdom Hearts-esque convolution, if that's a word. Things get very convoluted and they make sense, but they don't make sense. Like, you can make sense out of it by saying, like, okay, so since this happened, that's why these things happened. But the convoluted parts are like, how did that start? You know, like, there was no... And again, if you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to be very spoiler-free, so if you haven't played it, you don't have to worry about it. But basically, like, where was the step one, you know? Like, there were changes in the game, right? So there were changes throughout the story from the original, but what caused those changes? Like there was no initial, like I don't understand. So, and I can't say much more without spoiling, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But the story was very confusing. I actually looked online, like, so what, explain the ending, and people are explaining stuff. I'm like, okay, I get that, but what caused that? And nobody has said anything about like what caused that change to begin with, So I don't know. I've read something. I unfortunately read something online before I played the game, and I was like, oh well, that spoils the big twist. But by the end of the game, I was like, I don't even know if that's right. So it's just so confusing. Other than that, I don't remember last time where I left off. I remember talking about Pokemon Home and how I was porting Pokemon to it. I finished and got the alternate color Magearna, but I still don't have all the forms of everything. I remember we were talking about Alcremie and stuff. Pokemon Go, they've been having special events. So they had the Kanto event where like you do these special research missions, and by the end of the Kanto event, if you complete them all, you get a Mewtwo that knows Psystrike. So I got that, and they also made Pikachu with a Charizard hat available. They did like for each region, they had a Pikachu with a hat based on like the fan voted favorite Pokemon of that gen. So apparently Gen 1 was Charizard, so it was a Pikachu with a Charizard hat. Then the Johto event had a Ho-Oh with I think
Earthquake.
Earthquake. It was a Ho-Oh with Earthquake, and the Pikachu hat was
Umbreon.
Umbreon. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
participated in this event too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure which of you guys was playing it or not. Hoenn was Pikachu with the Rayquaza hat, right? And the Pokemon, God, I can't even remember what the Pokemon
Groudon
was.
with Fire Punch, and then
What was it?
Groudon with Fire Punch. I didn't get that. one.
Rhydon?
Oh, Groudon.
Oh, Groudon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got them all. Like, most of them I got last minute, like the last day somehow. And I was just like, oh my god, I gotta, like, hatch this egg. And so I'm just, like, walking around the yard. Like, my girlfriend's cousin, we were helping do some yard work. And so I was in the yard just walking around, like, I gotta hatch this egg.
Or are you
Just
facing
walking in
egg?
circles. Yeah. And then for Sinnoh, which I think that's the event that just ended. It was
Yep.
Pikachu with, and I've seen a million of them, and I already forgot. Lucario hat, and the Pokemon was
Cresselia with
Cresselia, Grassnot.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm curious. I was reading about the events, and there's supposed to be ones coming up with Galarian Pokemon, and I don't know when it is, but apparently you'll be able to catch Galarian Zigzagoon and Galarian Stunfisk and a couple others, and you can evolve them.
Stunfisk of the Galarian form. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can.
It's just
so
like
you'll be
Audino
able-
with Mega. Out of all Pokemon from Unova to get a form, they chose Stunfisk? Come on! Well,
Yeah, and,
at least Yamask got one, but still.
Yeah. So
Well, you'll understand Stunfisk when you find it.
I actually really liked that design.
Yeah.
Like that.
Its ability
that,
is crap, but its design is really good.
Crap.
I don't use it. It's just kind of like when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's neat," but I don't want
Yeah.
it. It's like I gotta catch it. I gotta catch it to add to my collection. But that's pretty much it. But it was a really neat idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler. I mean, it's out there for everyone to see. It's basically.
He hasn't played it yet.
What?
He's playing through it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then I won't say. But you'll see it in a
Thank
cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those Pokemon that. Well, actually, I forgot all the Pokemon you see walking around. I was gonna say it's one of those things that are on the map, but they're all on the map, so never mind.
The hint I can give you, Nint, is look for Pokeballs.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
It's
man,
one of those.
it's gonna be Fungus and Amoongus all over again.
Yeah, it's one of
Basically,
those
yeah.
types. That's what I was trying to get at. It's one of those like fake Pokeball, but it's clearly not a Pokeball. It's just like, is this a Pokeball? Like, is this Pokeball buried in the ground?
Mhm.
It's like weird, but yeah, it's a really cool design and gimmick. But back to Pokemon Go, we'll finally be able to get Obstagoon before we
Yeah.
even get to Gen 6. Like,
Mhm.
that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
You mean 8.
I definitely want Obstagoon.
You mean 8, not
Or yeah, no, we haven't even gotten to Gen 6 and Go yet.
No, we're
They
still
just added
in
Gen 5.
Yeah, we don't even have all of Gen 5 yet, and I'm missing a bunch. Actually, today I did a few Reshiram raids, and I used Gold Raspberry on every throw, and a few of them I got excellent throws, and out of, I think, 5, maybe even 6 Reshirams, I only caught 1. I don't
What?
understand. I was like, did they
Oh.
raise the difficulty for catching Reshiram?
Wow.
But I was chatting on a Pokemon Go related Discord that I'm a part of, and person was like, "Oh, just use excellent throws." Like, I can't use excellent throws on a whim, but a couple happened and it still broke free. I'm just like, am I doing something wrong? Did they raise the difficulty? I used a bunch of golden raspberries, like, so.
Man.
Like, this is the first time I truly had difficult catching something. Difficult
Besides
catching
Cherrim.
something.
Besides Cherrim.
Cherrim?
Cherrim's ridiculously hard to catch.
Wait. Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
a bunch of cherries.
But Cherrim, yeah, but at least Cherrim isn't a limited time only raid.
Yes. Yeah,
And
it's
you
not
don't
even
have to-
legendary
You don't
yet.
have to fight it in a 5-star raid to even get the opportunity to catch
Right.
it. Like, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah. So that was that.
Especially
I
if it
don't
turns
understand
out
that.
to be a shiny Reshiram, man.
I don't know if it's
Or-
available
yeah,
yet, but
That's right, they didn't have
shiny
shiny.
legendaries. They let you automatically catch it when you hit it with the ball. So that's good.
Oh, that's nice.
So like,
That is
so if
cool.
you so if you did, let's say, because I think I did one. I don't know if I got a shiny legendary from a raid. I got a couple from like the research tasks that I was like, oh yeah, shiny Lati, either Os or Os, I forget which one.
Yeah, both, yeah.
But yeah, in terms of raids, if you encounter one in a raid where you only have limited balls, then you just, I guess, as long as you throw it and you hit it, it's an automatic capture. Which
That's
thank God,
awesome.
because
That is awesome.
that would not be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
hard enough to catch. So
Yeah, man.
I was actually like, could it be shiny? Because at least I'll get a Reshiram finally. But I don't think they released the shinies yet. They usually save that for later.
I was
I
thinking
think
of the Musketeer trio. They just did a
Yeah,
shiny.
they just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I started getting back into Pokemon Go because of all the stuff they're adding, and I love the remote raids. Thank God you can do that. I mean, I understand they did it for people in like self-quarantining, and I'm hoping that they keep it when that ends, because the ability to go to a raid next to your house or wherever you are, then it's just like let's say even if you're sitting down at a restaurant with your family or your friends, and there's a raid that pops up in the mall or something right near you. Like, because I've been in that situation where I was in Cheesecake Factory or something, and there's a raid happening in the mall, and I can't go to it because I'm in the middle of dinner. Now I can actually do that. So
They're actually only going to keep it till July 1st. So
Wow.
I wonder if they'll extend it if people are still quarantining.
I don't know. The thing is, since everything's opening up now, I think that they're
Yeah.
going to wind it down. So
I
But yeah,
hope that we don't get a second wave of this.
yeah.
But yeah, I gotten a bit more into Pokemon Go with all the new stuff that they added in, and I'm excited to catch some Galarian Pokemon.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
behind on some of the Gen 5 Pokemon, and I have some ready to evolve, but I want one with the better stats. Like I have a Blitzel, I think that's his name, Blitzel,
Yeah,
to evolve into Zebstrika, and I have the amount of candies. I think you need 50, and I have about 50, like maybe a little more. And I'm just like, this Blitzel I have, its stats are so low. It's like maybe under 50 IVs. I'm like, I gotta find a better Blitzel. So like, I have some Pokemon ready to evolve that I'm just like holding off. So it's like, that sucks. But what else did I play? I know Shantae just came out. I was I want to download it and play it, but I already ordered the physical edition from
Limited run. Yep.
Limited Run. So I'm like, do I wait until September-ish, or do I double dip?
Yeah, that's what I did.
So,
I haven't played the other 4 anyway, so,
so you
or the other
okay,
3
so-
anyway. So
Yeah, so you have some time. Now, so I don't know what you guys spoke about already, and I'm talking fast because I don't know how much time everybody has left, and I'm kind of just trying to throw everything out there, like, and this happened, and I did this, and I did this. So, but have any of you watched Papagenos' new video that came out like a few hours ago?
Uh-huh.
I don't watch.
So, okay, so basically, did you guys discuss this already?
I didn't even think of it. I really didn't even
Okay.
think of it. We're talking about Animal
Okay.
Crossing and Pokemon and Age of
Okay.
Empires. I didn't even think of that.
All right, so basically, on maybe one of the Nintendo pages or something that has a list of all the amiibo that are compatible with Super Smash Bros. There's one. I mean, they're in alphabetical order, and there's one between Sonic and Toon Link that says coming soon. So whatever that amiibo is, it has to be, the name has to be something that between Sonic and Toon Link. So the only characters that don't have amiibo yet, we have the Fighters Pass, the first Fighters Pass. So technically Terry fits in there,
Mm-hmm.
Now
Actually,
that's
no,
what I was
because
getting to.
no, Shantae would not because SO is after SH.
You're right.
I just
but,
thought of that, but
but
Yeah,
Sora is not.
Sora
so.
fits.
Mhm.
Yes, the Shantae. Dang it. But
I know, right? I just
um,
thought, I was like, wait, SH is before SO. Dang it. So
I actually
is
commented on his video when he mentioned Shantae's, and now I feel like an idiot. But oh well.
I commented, he's like, dude, that would be awesome. So we're both equally idiots, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but mine is there for everyone to see. I can't take it back but whatever. But yeah, I was thinking Sora, but I was also thinking, and he mentioned this too, but I mentioned this in my comment that it's possible that they wanted to add in Arm's character in Fighters Pass 1, and they maybe pushed it to Fighters Pass 2, like maybe they did mixed it up a bit.
Mhm.
And so it's possible that it could be Springman, or Springtron, but it would just be weird to have a Fighters Pass 2 amiibo come out before Fighters Pass 1. So I'm really thinking it's probably going to be like Terry, and then they'll probably add in the other. Although it could also be Squirtle.
Mm-hmm.
We have Squirtle though.
Yeah,
But not on there. It's not on the list.
yeah, it's not listed on there. So people have
So
said
it
that.
missed it.
People have said it could be a Golden Sonic for like his 30th anniversary and stuff like that.
True.
So it could be anything.
I didn't even think of that. Oh, yeah. And I think Papagenos mentioned it, but I kind of missed that because I was like half paying attention because I think I was
I know
trying to
people in his
work out
comments
this
were mentioning
air
that.
conditioning issue that I'm having. But yeah, I was expecting it to either be Terry or Squirtle. Because they're characters we already know about, it wouldn't really. And Squirtle's already out, and we're expecting a Terry amiibo eventually. So I figured, it's probably one of those. However, if it was Sora, I would crap my pants.
I have 0 amiibos at all. I have literally no amiibos. But if they came out with a Joker amiibo, I would definitely buy it.
Oh, they're gonna come
Yeah,
out with it. It just takes time. Yeah.
Because he's
There's
like literally.
definitely amiibos are definitely if there's a character that you want a neat little figure of that probably doesn't have any figures or very small amount of ones, that's where amiibos come in. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I got this cool little figure of Mewtwo or something,
Yep.
And yes, I
Because,
know there are Mewtwo figures, but I'm just using it as an example, especially because he's posed in a cool way.
Yes, dude. Yes.
It's the only place you're gonna get a figure of Mr. Game & Watch.
Very true. Or Duck Hunt. Or
Rob. Well, there is the old Rob, but he's
Yeah.
rare
Yeah.
now.
Good luck.
yeah, the Rob amiibo looks really good.
Yeah, I
All
love
the
it.
amiibo look really good.
I mean,
Yeah, so I'm.
I've recently. Oh, sorry. I've recently bought 2 amiibo, Blathers and Celeste, to use in Animal Crossing, but also because I love them both. So yeah, those are 2 recent additions to my collection. So
Yeah, there's
'cause I love
also
Blathers.
amiibo that I want just to display because oh, that's a cool one, and I know I don't have room for it, so I'm really just trying to get eventually over time all the Smash amiibo because I already started that, and eventually when I hopefully get a bigger place where I maybe have my own room to display figures and stuff. Maybe I'd make it to my office. I want to have a shelf with all the Smash Amiibo on it. Like, so I got to get some of the newer ones that were released. But I have all of them from Wii U and 3DS, and I have a few
Yeah, me
of them
too.
from Ultimate.
Yeah.
I think I have. I could be wrong, but I think I have Ridley, Wolf, Pichu, Pokemon Trainer, and maybe one or two others I can't think of. Crom and I don't know, somebody else. But I'm still missing a bunch. And Incineroar.
Okay, I was tempted to get Incineroar. Currently I've only got Mewtwo, Duck Hunt, Zero Suit Samus, Ice Climbers, Pac-Man, and
Are you planning on getting them all, or just the ones you like?
just the ones I like. I am going to be getting a Banjo and Kazooie one. That is for
Oh,
dang
definitely,
sure. And if they ever do Shantae and Sora, those two as well. And
well,
Master
the
Chief.
cool thing is Shantae's getting a Totaku, so
Dude, yes.
regardless, you're going to have a tiny little Amiibo-esque sized figure.
Yep,
And
I already
she'll
got her
be on
Funko
stand.
too, so
Yeah.
mhm.
So that's the other problem. There's a bunch of Funko Pops. There's like at least 3 or 4 that I want to get, but I already have so many. And where are they? They're sitting in my closet, stacked in top of each other. So in their boxes. So it's like I'd be getting it and just putting it in my closet. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't have anywhere to display it. You know, if I, like I said, if I had an office-esque room where I could display figures, that's a different story. But there's a few that I just really want. There's of course Shantae. There's if I had enough room, and I got the ones I wanted, I'd probably pick out a couple others like Sora and stuff. But there's Aqua from Kingdom Hearts because she's my waifu along with Jill
I've
Valentine.
actually got Aqua and Dark Aqua. So,
Well, that's the thing. I also want Dark Aqua because that's awesome too.
yeah, she
and,
looks great. They both look great.
I want the Ninetales from Naruto, and then I also saw the Ninetales like Chakra mode with Sasuke Susanoo over it. I don't know if you guys that sounds like a different language to you guys, but
Yeah.
anybody who follows Naruto might know what I'm talking about. But it's basically like Naruto's power and Sasuke's power, and it's combined. Like it's one of the big pop figures. I'm like, that's so cool. I need that. And but where's it gonna go? In my closet.
Yeah.
So. First world problems.
If I may interrupt real quick, I really do have to head out. I just wanted to say goodnight to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do
who's-
have to head out now.
I really
Am I
want
the one hosting?
I guess so now. I do have to head
I think
out.
I'm hosting because okay. Well, if everybody has to leave, then that's fine. I don't mind.
Mhm.
How is
might as
everyone?
well. Maybe,
Okay,
maybe
so,
I just want to say that this may be my last podcast I participate in for a while because I have to give up my computer because it belongs to my school and I'm graduating June 10th. So
Oh,
You don't
that's
get to
what you were
keep it?
talking about.
I don't get to keep it. So I
That's
have to.
kind
turn
of-
it- I
congrats
Well, I
and congrats,
So,
and also
this-
that sucks.
This may be my last podcast for a while, just for everybody in here and everybody watching. So that's if I may not show up for a while. So
You could do what Drew did and download Skype on your cell phone.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
that
have
way.
a phone.
I have Skype on my phone too.
Literally,
Yeah.
the only way I'd have of talking to you is on the family computer, which is in the kitchen, and a lot of people would be passing by. But I figured out a solution to watching YouTube. I could just do it on my Switch,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. That's smart.
and so
I wonder if they make a headset that you can like. I'm sure they make a headset like a Bluetooth or something that will connect to the computer. You know, so like I'm wearing a headset that I use for work. Like when I have meetings on the phone, like I'll call up and I'll turn on the headset so it just goes around my head and it's on one ear and has the microphone on it. So that's what I'm wearing now. I'm sure they have that for computer, like you can connect it to the computer. So if you
Mhm.
find that, and then you can walk into a different room, you know,
yeah,
like the
That
same
could work,
issue.
yeah.
The same issue I just had with the air conditioning unit that I have temporarily. It's kind of loud, so I'm in the other room right now. I mean, I'm on my phone, but if this was a headset for the computer, I would, same thing. I'm in the other room.
Mhm.
So, So I'm sure you can look into something like that if you have the time and the money. I mean, nobody's expecting like you have to get this, but you know, if you're interested and you come across it, like I don't even know. I'm sure it exists. You know,
Yeah.
you know, people do PC gaming, so I'm sure portable headsets exist.
So, in any case, my Hans and Incas matchup for Age of Empires 2, the CPUs fighting each other, should be coming out in the next couple weeks if I find the time to record it, and if I find a way to not get hot while recording it, it's because I don't want to run the air conditioner. But the whole lockdown makes it a lot difficult too because everybody's home. So anyway, I just saw Chris's message, so it really should leave. So
Yeah.
I can't see the messages because I'm on my phone. I probably can, but I can't
Anyway.
see them. But I know you guys gotta leave anyway. So
we
you
all
might as
should
well.
leave because I need to eat
Yeah.
my dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, well,
I'm still here, but yeah.
I'll have Alpha close the show because he introed it, and also my headset's dying, so
Dang it.
so we all gotta go.
You?
I definitely did not try and kill the mood and cut the party short. I have to head out because, like Dan, I have to eat, but also I try and get out of here by 9 p.m. So that's just I do apologize if that seemed abrupt. It's just
It's okay.
No,
outlining.
I think you
issues.
guys have been going on for an hour or so anyway, and that's long enough, I think, for that's good for an episode.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so all right, yeah.
But yeah, as
So,
always, thank you guys so much for watching. You can check us all out in the links below to our Twitters, our YouTube channels, or Discord. We have all those social medias that you can keep in touch with us with and recommend topics and all that different stuff. So this has been all four of us. Catch you next time we record. You guys stay safe, stay awesome, and keep gaming. Night, guys.
Ooh, that's nice.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
R.
Arr.
And R.